guys, it's Evie and welcome back to my channel. So today I am super excited to be showing you guys a testing MUA makeup video. I absolutely love filming these videos and I really want to film more like testing makeup brands in the future. If you have any requests, then make sure you leave them down below and also give this video a thumbs up so I know you'd like to see those videos in the future for other brands. But I want to let you guys know this is not sponsored at all. And I did actually film this video, I think about last week time, and I was editing it yesterday and I asked Hannah to come watch it through as well, and she agreed with me. I just didn't really like the content and I just felt like it wasn't my best, so I wanted to refilm the video to get the best content out there for you guys because I didn't want to upload a video that I wasn't like completely happy about. Yes, this won't be first impressions on the products, like I won't be opening up on camera like I was in the last video, but I'm going to be still reviewing them, applying to my face and everything like that. And I'm also going to be coming back in the evening time. It is currently like the afternoon. I'm going to be coming back in the evening and showing you guys how the makeup is all held up when I have been out and when I've come back, and show you guys how the products have stayed on my face and if they've come off, how long they've lasted and everything like that. So hopefully that will be interesting as well. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a big thumbs up. That would mean the absolute world to me. If we could get the video to 200 likes, that would be incredible. So make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Also, make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because that would absolutely mean the absolute world if you subscribe, because then you can get notified whenever I upload a video. So if you do like me and if you do like my videos, then you can subscribe. I love you so much, and I feel like I'm about to say see you in my next video. See you in the next clip. I'm going to start off my MUA makeup look using the MUA Hide and Conceal Concealer, and this is what it looks like. The packaging is pretty basic and it is also in the shade Almond. There were two shades of Almond and I went for the lighter one. I did test this on the side of my face, but when I did this video before it was really pink, so you know. I'm going to go ahead and put this under my eyes and on any imperfections. This is a really thick concealer, and on camera it probably looks my shade, but in real life it's very pinky for my skin. Like, it's not awful, but it is quite pink. So I'm going to try and use this as a primer as well. It's so thick. This is so greasy. I'm going to go ahead and blend this in with this Primark stippling brush because I do not want to use my fingers because it's so greasy and oily. So I'm going to go ahead and use this and try and blend it in. With the brush, this is blending pretty well, to be honest. Like, it's not going super patchy that I can see, but it is pinky. On camera, as I said, it probably doesn't look pinky, but in real life it's quite pinky toned. But I think on camera this will probably look pretty good coverage and it will probably look my shade. So I guess this will be pretty good for filming. It looks quite good on camera, but just not in real life. I think this concealer isn't awful coverage, but it certainly isn't the best coverage I've tried. But it is, I feel like this is sort of light to medium coverage. It's not awful, but it has covered quite a bit. The only thing is the shade, but I would just go back in store. It was my fault picking up the wrong shade, so I wouldn't blame the product on the shade. Personally, I think this is pretty good for £1. It's quite thick and it feels quite greasy on my skin, but hopefully the powder will sort of like mattify it. In real life, it's not all bad. I definitely recommend this for £1 if you're on a budget. So yeah, that's that. So next I'm going to be moving on to using the MUA Translucent Pressed Powder. And I picked up Translucent because I didn't want to get the wrong shade, and I'm pretty sure this was the only shade that I could see anyway. It says it's a lightweight powder that creates a smooth and shine-free finish. To be honest, I don't really judge powders that much. I just think all powders are the same. Some get a little bit more cakey, but I feel like most powders I've tried are pretty decent. So for £1, this is £1 by the way, I'm going to go ahead and try this out, even though I've already tried it out in my other video. Yeah, it's a very powdery powder. But I guess that could be good at setting, I guess. But I don't really know, so I'm going to... don't know if you can see that, but there's like powder everywhere. I'm going to go ahead and try and set this greasy concealer. By the way, you're probably like, because I'm criticising a bit about these products, and you're probably thinking like, well, what do you expect for £1? Like, you can't just criticise it all. It's not going to be amazing quality for £1. But like, this whole video is testing the makeup and my reviews on it, so I'm just going to say my true opinions. And yeah, these products so far are pretty good for £1. This powder feels quite good. seems to be getting matte on my skin. I feel like this concealer is still going to slip around a bit though. It feels so greasy, and it definitely feels like you have something on your skin because it feels very thick and my pores feel like they can't breathe. It's just really heavy. So I've just looked at this close up in my mirror and it looks quite cakey around sort of this area and like my eyebrows and stuff. I'm not sure if that's just because maybe I applied a little bit too much powder, because I tend to do that quite a bit, but with my Rimmel Stay Matte powder I apply just the same amount and it doesn't really go cakey at all. This one's gone quite cakey. It's sort of collecting a little bit around my eyebrows and stuff. I'm not sure if that's concealer or not. I don't know if that's just my skin type, how much I've applied or not, but it has made my face pretty matte and it feels pretty silky. It doesn't feel greasy anymore from the concealer, so I think if you're prepared for a little bit of cakiness, or if you're prepared to just apply a little bit less of this, then this is quite good for £1. So next I'm going to be trying out the MUA Sunkissed Bronze Bronzer. Again, this is £1. This looks more like a chocolatey bronzer, which I prefer that shade, because orange bronzers on me don't look too flattering. I don't know if they look amazing on other people, but just not on me personally. It says this is a soft tan bronzing bronzer that adds instant colour and definition. This on my finger going onto my hand, this doesn't look too pigmented, but I guess that bronzers shouldn't be too pigmented, because if they are then you might accidentally put on too much. So I'm going to try and apply this to my skin and see if I can get like a natural bronzy glow from it. This I think is matte and it's got a couple bits, not a couple, there's not just like 3 shimmers in the middle. There's like a couple bits of shimmer in it. I didn't mean a couple, I said it again, yay! I don't know if you can see that, but it looks a little bit shimmery, so I'm going to go ahead and use this and get back to you. So I've just applied this on the like outer perimeters of my face and my cheekbones. This is a pretty good bronzer, again for £1. I'm just thinking of the price here, like for £1 these things are really good, but this bronzer is a little bit patchy when you first put it on, but right now I think it looks pretty just like a normal bronzer you would get. It's pretty good quality, it's pretty pigmented, like it's not really pigmented, but it's pretty decent like pigmentation, and it's given me a really nice bronzy glow to my face. It's made me look quite like naturally bronzed. It doesn't look super harsh and unnatural, so I think this would be really great. However, it's sort of brought out the pinkiness of the concealer a little bit more. Again, I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it has a little bit, so you know, but I can probably deal with that, and also it's my fault for picking out the wrong concealer shade, so that's not the bronzer's fault. But personally I think this bronzer is pretty good and I definitely do recommend it if you're on a budget. Next I'm going to be moving on to some highlighters. So I picked up the MUA Undress Your Skin Shimmer Highlighter, and this is in the shade Iridescent Gold. There is 3 shades of highlighter and I believe this one is the lightest shade, and I just went for this one because I prefer on myself lighter highlighters. So this was £3, which compared to like the bronzer, I wonder why it's like £2 more. Obviously that's not like a massive amount of money, but I was just wondering why it's a little bit more than the bronzer. But this has 7.5 grams and this has 5.7. I'm not sure if it's because of that or just because it's quite hyped about in the makeup community. I've seen a lot of videos testing MUA makeup and just a lot of makeup videos that include this and say it's amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and use this on my skin. I'm going to use the eBay fan brush that I got a couple weeks ago. I absolutely love this, and I got this and a bronzer brush for like £3.45 or something. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and apply this on my cheekbones. So I've just applied this and I didn't really pick up much on my brush, and it's really nice. It's very pigmented, but as you can see, well, you probably can't again because the camera makes it look better than it is, but this in real life is very like harsh. I accidentally put quite a lot on and I wasn't intending this much, and on other people a lot of highlight looks absolutely incredible, but on me it doesn't look as great, so I need to try and blend this out a little bit. The colour is absolutely gorgeous. So I'm just applying this on my other side, and forgive me if this is not even, because this is really hard to get even. I just wish this was a little bit easier to apply and it doesn't really blend that well once you put it on your face. Again, I don't know if that's just me or not, but it's just not very easy to blend even with the powder brush that I tried. Okay, so as you can see, I am taking it off, but I'm going to just see if it applies a little bit less with a smaller brush. This is the brush I used to use for highlight, and this is the Real Techniques base shadow brush. You know, I don't want to like judge it if it might work with a different brush. I don't want to judge the actual product, so I'm going to go ahead and retry this. I'm going to quickly apply a bit of powder because it's a little bit wet because I used a makeup wipe. So this is applying a little bit better. Okay, so I just tried to apply it again, and I don't know if it's just because I am like not really good at highlight today. Sorry. When I tried this product on the video the original video of this that I filmed, it was pretty good and I really liked it, but it's just gone quite weird today. I don't know if that's just me, it probably is. So I might try and apply it later or not apply any highlighter today, but you've seen how that looked on my skin, and I do recommend this really. To be honest, I think it's just my application that made it look not as great for me, but I do recommend it because, you know, all of you guys are probably really good at applying highlights, so you guys can apply it much better than I can. So I do recommend this for £3. I think super inexpensive, and it's really nice and pigmented. So yeah. I'm going to be moving on to the MUA Eyebrow Pencil in Blonde, and the top lid came off. I think it's somewhere down there. But as you can see, I have used it quite a lot. It didn't just come like this. And I don't have a sharpener, so I'm going to have to wish for the best. And it also comes with this brush, which just looks like this. It looks it's quite coarse and quite scratchy. It's not spoolie, which I would have preferred, but I'm going to go ahead and apply this. And it is a pretty good colour match for my eyebrows. Like, I didn't think this would be too great, but it's sort of like a blonde that's not super blonde, but it's not brown. It's like in the middle, which is sort of my eyebrow colour. So I'm going to go ahead and try this out. It's quite easy to blend actually, but I have accidentally smudged it underneath my eyebrow, so that's great. I'm going to go ahead and, there we go. This hasn't really done much. Like, I have gone over it a few times. It doesn't really look like it's made my eyebrows much fuller. It just looks like it sort of made them darker. I'm not too keen. I don't know. I mean, it hasn't really done much for my eyebrows. I have like gone like that like quite a few times, but it has really only made them darker. I'm going to go ahead and try and fill in the other brow and see if I can do the other one a little bit better, because eyebrows are sisters, not twins. I mean, I don't know. This isn't awful, but it feels quite greasy in my brows because of the wax in it. So I definitely think I'll stick to my powder eyebrow products. I don't know if that's just because this pencil is quite greasy and I don't really like the feeling of it in my eyebrows. But I think, you know, if you're starting off with eyebrows, this is quite good. Like, if you don't fill in your brows very much like me, it's not awful, but it certainly feels quite greasy in my brows, and I don't know if my brows look nice, but you know. So next I'm going to be moving on to eyeshadow. So I'm going to be trying out the MUA eyeshadow palette, and this is in the shade Heaven and Earth. So this is actually £4, which I think is really good for an eyeshadow palette. This looks like nudes, there's some browns. There's a real mixture of colours here. I think this is really good if you just want to like take like one eyeshadow palette with you somewhere, or like a holiday or something, because this comes with like quite a few colours. So I'm going to go ahead and try this out. Okay, so this did come with a brush, but when I filmed the original testing MUA makeup, this fell out. But it was one of your little double-ended spongy brushes. So yeah, I don't really like using those brushes. So these are the colours, and they are actually surprisingly really pigmented. Like, oh my gosh, loads of people say these are really nice, and oh my gosh, like, look at that colour, look how pretty it is. It's just like a browny gold thing. Oh my gosh, it's so nice. I'm going to try and sort of use some colours from here, obviously. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start off by using a crease colour. I'm going to use this colour right here with a mixture of this colour and put that in my crease. Most of these colours are shimmery, which isn't too great if you want to do like a crease colour, but I'm going to go ahead and try this anyway. Apparently you're meant to use matte colours for the crease, like I said, but I don't really know. So I've just blended this through my crease. It's sort of like a reddish, brickish brown colour, those two mixed together. But I'm going to go ahead and I really want to try out this brownie colour. So I'm going to try and apply it on my lid. But if it's too dark of a lid colour for me, then I'm going to just like use something else. But I'm going to go ahead and try it because I really want to use this colour. Okay, so these are so pigmented, and they feel really high quality, and they blend really well actually. Like, they're surprisingly really nice at blending. That is quite a like brownie colour, like it's not like really light, so I think like right in the centre of my lid I'm going to go ahead and use this shimmery white sort of shade, and I'm going to put that right in the centre just to brighten up the look a little bit. Okay, so I think in the inner corner I'm going to apply the lighter shade, which is just a gold. I'm just going to put that with my finger again because I don't really have a brush for the inner corner, I don't feel like. Finally, I'm going to take this colour here, which is just a dark brown shade, with my Deluxe Crease Brush of Eyebrow Techniques. I'm going to take the tiniest bit of this the tiniest bit. I'm going to put that right in the outer V of my eye. See if I can deepen it a little bit. I'm going to be taking this shade here and I'm going to go ahead and use this on the inner under eye area. I'm going to mix it with the lightest colour in the palette as well, which is just like a white. Go ahead and try using the highlighter on my brow bone with a number 7 crease brush and just see if that will help to sort of highlight a little bit under there. I'll go ahead and apply this in the inner corners. I'm going to be moving on to mascara. This is the £1 MUA Volume High Impact Magnifying Mascara in black. I should have really seen if there's one for length because I prefer length over volume, I feel like personally. So I'm going to go ahead and try this out. This has quite a thick wand, as you can see. It's just like your typical like thick to thin wand. I'm going to go ahead and try this on and see how it works. So I just by accident got some mascara on my eyelid and I don't know if I got it fully off. So if you see any mascara on my eyelid, that's why. This is the mascara, and considering I didn't curl my eyelashes before, I'm pretty impressed. Like, it's not amazing, like it's not as good as like Lash Sensational personally for me, but I think this is really good if you're starting off with makeup and you want to wear some makeup to school but you don't want to like go full on with like really curled like voluminous lashes. I think this is a really nice natural mascara. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can apply a little bit to my bottom lashes, but it will probably go wrong because the wand's quite thick and I'm not very good at applying to bottom lashes. So this is surprisingly really good at bottom lashes. Like, it's not making them really clumpy and like stubby. Like, they look quite long, and I don't know, I think this is quite good for bottom lashes. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to my lips, which is the final step. So I'm using the MUA matte lipstick in Fawn Fancy. So by looking at the shade on the bottom, I picked this up. This is £1 and I picked this up because I felt like it looked similar to Velvet Teddy, so I wanted to see if it was a good dupe for Velvet Teddy, and I want to see if it actually goes matte. So actually on the bottom it comes a little pot of like more lipstick, which I think is really, really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can use this as like a lip liner sort of thing. I don't really have a lip liner brush, but I've got this like flat brush here that I'm going to go ahead and use just to like outline my lips here with this in the bottom tin. It's not really doing anything apart from, it kind of is. Okay, so I put that on. It's not the most pigmented like bottom colour ever, but I'm going to go ahead and apply the lipstick. As you can see, it's just like a brown. Okay, so that is the lipstick, and it was actually pretty creamy to apply. Like, it's really nice, and it's actually gone pretty matte, so I'm actually really, really happy with this. It looks like a similar colour to Velvet Teddy, I'd say. It looks very, very similar. I feel like it's a little more pinky. I'm not really sure, but I think if you're looking for a dupe of Velvet Teddy, this is definitely one of the lipsticks to go for. It's really, really nice, and I'm going to see how this holds up as well as the rest of the makeup during the day. So it is currently 12:04, so I'm going to come back in quite a few hours because at about 1 we're going to be leaving, me, my sister and my mum, to go to the cinema. So we're going to watch a film and then we're going to come back, and then I will do a little like quick checkup and show you guys how the makeup has stayed on. I'll probably be eating and stuff like that, so you'll see how much the makeup stays on, and I'll do like a little review of each thing. And yeah, so I will see you guys in hours. So I am back from where I went, so I'm going to go ahead and see how the makeup has held up. So personally, this makeup on me anyway has not really stayed on that much, as you can probably see. First of all, starting with my eyebrows, I think the eyebrows are the things that most held up. I don't know if that's just me, but it looks like the eyebrow product has stayed on my eyebrows. So I think that the eyebrow product, because it was quite greasy and thick, it sort of stayed on. So yeah, the eyebrows are pretty good. The eyeshadow has basically completely come off. However, it did stay on for the majority of the time I was out, so I do recommend the eyeshadow. £4 and they're super pigmented. My mascara has again basically completely come off. My concealer has, you can kind of see, I don't know if you can see, but my under eye bags are sort of showing through, and it doesn't really look like I have that much concealer on. My like redness is showing through still and stuff. So yeah, I'm pretty sure the concealer basically came off completely. The powder, I'm pretty sure it has done its job. I mean, my face isn't normally shiny that much anyway, but I feel like the powder helped the concealer stay on for the majority of the time. But as I said, the concealer has basically come off. My lipstick has completely come off. Keep in mind that I did eat. My highlighter, under the brows, I don't know if you can see, it might have gone now, but the highlighter in the brows I feel like stayed on the two most things that stayed on. There was some highlight under my brows, which is where I just put the highlight under there, and I also put it in my inner corner, but under my brows it did stay there for the majority of the time. And my bronzer, I'm not really sure if you can see, because my bronzer wasn't very pigmented anyway. I don't know, I feel like the bronzer stayed on a little bit, but not too much. So overall, most of this makeup hasn't really stayed on too much, but some of the products stayed on for the majority of the time. So I feel like they're really inexpensive, so they're obviously not going to be super long lasting, or most products that are inexpensive aren't going to be super long lasting. But yeah, most of it stayed on for quite a good amount of time, so that is my little review on them coming back after hours. So that is the end of my MUA testing video. I really hope you enjoyed it. As I said at the beginning of the video, if you have any other requests for testing makeup brand videos or any other videos in general, just leave them down below and I'll make sure to read through the comments and try and do some of them, because I absolutely love filming for my YouTube. So yeah, I love you all so much, and thank you so much for watching and for all the support on my channel, and I will see you next week. Bye!
Tears on the ground, tears on my pillow. You won't bring me down, and I'll get over you. These tears will get me through.
Zala's looked at me.
Can you stop? I'll throw this at you.
Oh my gosh, Mr. Gonzalo.
I really like how the makeup turned out on my skin. I absolutely love this makeup. So yeah, start again. By the way, when this video is up, I will be in Spain, so that will be really exciting.
And she's gonna vlog.
And I'm hopefully going to vlog in Spain. So,
Woo!
you know, remind me down below, comment down below if you see this right now. Comment down below, Evie, are you vlogging for Spain? If you're not.
Where are you going? Don't leave. Are you kidding?
So that is the makeup, and that is like, I don't know what to say.
So that's the end of my review.
Let's watch the satisfyingness of taking this off. Okay, it probably won't be satisfying.
One wipe is all you'll need. Wow, that's
Did it
actually
actually wipe
satisfying.
off?
Yeah.
Oh, in my life. Let's take this makeup off. I'm joking.